There it is.
There we go.
Tim Feeder with a 12 car, and the 5.
Kyle
Busch is involved.
And this is why it's so big that that team got the 8 car back out on the track. The 43 is involved.
It's Aaron Fike in 43. A lot of damage to that car. Man, he hit something hard.
What's that
58
phrase?
car,
Drama?
Brent Sherman. Yep.
Here's drama.
You saw the 5 car drive through the screen. So now the 2 championship leaders have both been involved in wrecks. Martin Truex Jr. on lap 3, and now with 81 laps on the board, Kyle Busch, and that car has significant damage.
The key, I think, is if they're ready to
look at the toe. The hood is beat up pretty good, guys. We got clearance issues on both fronts. The nose is pretty flat. How's your water pressure right there? About 4.
Kyle Busch heads to pit road from the chopper, BP.
And the key is the radiator broken in the 5 car. There we see Tim Feeder in the 12 tries to stay off that white car. He turns the car down the hill. When he does, he spins. And Aaron Fike ran plowed in the back of the 58 of Brent Sherman. And these cars are still flying through the wreck. You see those cars flying through the wreck?
They're trying to get slowed down. It does look like the 5 may be dropping some fluid. That's gonna be bad for him. But you see, Kyle's trying to get stopped. The problem is he's on low tire pressures, and the car snaps back to the right there. There wasn't any contact, just a low pressures, hard on the brakes, and it snapped back to the right.
Oh, Blake Fees in that 00 just barely squeezes through.
And you saw them rehearsing this, huh?
Yeah, they were trying, and it was actually a little further back, but man, you just see the 12 clips the side of the white car, whichever that was, and comes around.
That might have been Ashton Lewis Jr. in the 46.
Busch had climbed within 62 points of Truex before that crash. Wally Dallenbach with an onboard camera. It's David Green on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Get on the bottom if you can. Get on the bottom there. Good job. Come on. Clear. Good job.
Let's look at the... Oh, there goes Aaron Fike. He's in a hurry to get to the wreck.
Yes, he is.
This is Martin. I'm sorry.
Spin in front of you. Back it down. The car's up against the wall. Inside. Watch out. God! What is he doing? Oh, my Lord. Good there, Marty. Nice job, buddy.
That's Martin
Double
Truex.
zero about killed you, but you're all right.
As a driver, that screaming is not a good thing.
Burns.
Right before you heard the radio transmissions from Kyle's crew, they verified what Benny said. They said the radiator is the key. When they got to pit road, they knew that it was destroyed, so they brought it back here. They'll go to work replacing it and the front end to get this championship contender back out. Bill?
You can see a few of the guys that from the 48 team from my team, and they're trying to help the 5 get this thing put back together. This is a shame. They were drooling in an opportunity to catch the 8 today, and it's not going to work out.
Martin looks like he's got a right front flat, perhaps.
Sure does. Caution is out. Caution on the speedway.
Oh, man, what a tough break for Mark Martin. Tire is flat. He had no choice.
Wow, the field frozen on lap 140.
That's a brake load, it looks like.
Yeah, or brake pad.
And you wonder if Mark hit that.
It cut the right front.
Yep.
Hopefully it didn't come out of Mark's car.
That's a good point, too. That's a heartbreaking development for Mark. And running in the top 10 most of the day. And we're hearing that might have come off the 84 when he brushed the wall.
There
and
you
he's
go.
gone back to the garage. See, the right side is flat.
Anytime these cars hit the wall anymore, they break that brake rotor on the right front, and it scatters every place. We saw that at Bristol just a couple of Dover,
right.
I guess it was.
Yeah, Dover.
Every place that brake rotor scattered.
So Kyle Busch trying to gain some Nextel Cup experience. Back in the garage, finished for the day. And the pace car goes out to capture the field. Let's check in with Marty.
Just the obliterated tires from Mark Martin's car.
That out for you in a second, but let's update you on what happened with Mark Martin.
And we'll watch Kyle Busch here, right here, bounce off the wall. Now just watch all the pieces and parts start to fly from underneath the car. Here's Mark. Okay, now that rotor right there coming down the racetrack, Mark's going to hit with his right front tire. Boom, right there. That's what cut the right front.
Maybe some tape stuck on the hood pin. That's got to be destroyed. Oh, trouble.
Kyle Busch, one of the chase contenders, has had back-to-back top 5 finishes, and he is head on to the wall here on lap 27.
It's a weird place to get in a wreck right there at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah, he's parked right at the entry of turn 3 right now in the bottom of the racetrack and really has wiped the whole front of that car clear off.
Hearing there may have been some contact on the racetrack. Let's see what happened. Did he have some contact from behind?
Oh, looks like Junior really got into the back of him hard.
You know, this is the difference between this car and the car tomorrow. The car tomorrow, the bumpers line up perfect, and it looks like Junior just gave him just a little tap coming down the straightaway to kind of help pick his speed up, and it lifted the back of his car up, and he just flat lost control of it. It's like a snowplow. Gets under the back of the car and just lifts the rear wheels right off the ground, Andy.
What's going on here? Junior's using that top lane. He's got all that momentum, and I'm not sure that Kyle Busch knew that he was coming on the outside. Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He definitely had the momentum going. And it looks like he could have got him a little tap to get a little assistance down the straightaway like you see a lot. Man, that was a tough one.
Have a crash here in turn 4.
88 car is there, the 32.
It's like Kyle Busch here.
Yeah, they'd come off pit road together. They'd been racing a lot. But the 88 came out the pit road behind the 32 car.
Heavy contact and damage there in Kyle Busch's car. Kyle only running a partial schedule. This is only the...
I can't see. All right, keep coming up here. No, right, turn right. Turn right.
You can't see because of that hood up. He's taking a hard impact with the left front there. I don't know. He just came out of the pits.
1, left hand down.
And was literally just back up to speed. Whoa.
He got jacked up huge right there. Looks like he just wasn't ready to go when Mike Bliss was.
He got a huge run on him. Man. The 88 car is just behind here, and I believe he's going to spin either in that or to avoid him. Mike Bliss had just been on pit road also and got fresh tires, so he had a nice run.
Come on.
You can see the 88 got down on the apron.
Just stop in front of you.
And spun.
Yeah, watch Keselowski at the bottom of the track, just getting the car spun sideways to get by. Remember, he's third in the point standings. And Kyle climbs out of the car. Had to start at the back of the pack today because of a steering adjustment and drove it all the way through the field into the top 6. Now, after the pit stop, that contact from behind, and he heads to the hauler to cool off.
Well, it looked to be a pretty good run. He started in the back, worked his way all the way up to top 7. What happened that ended your day, Kyle?
Left the lug nut loose and got run over by the 1 trying to come back to pit road.
Guys, end of his day. He'll be back in the car tomorrow in the Cup Series, starting 27th.
Yeah, Justin Leffler's just having a steady day here. It seems like, Kyle Busch.
Kyle spins. Keselowski avoids him nicely.
Good. Keep rolling. Caution's out.
Wow.
He only lost 3 spots. How did he do that?
Don't ask me. I mean, we have seen him.
I wanted to feel what the bottom felt like, and it didn't feel very good. Okay. Are they all flat spotted? Yeah, I'm definitely coming to you. Does this mean I get a set? I think you earned it right there, bud.
Just add him to the list of great drivers that spun off that corner today.
Take another look, and we, like we mentioned, we saw 3 Cup cars do this today.
Yeah, but that's well, I've tried to get down to that white line before. He had the left front tire way down there. Great job.
Spins it around. Look out. Can everybody get through?
All right, David, get it going. It hit square on the rear end, but the 18 just run right over us.
Well, you hear David, or the spotter, talking about Kyle Busch. He was 11th at the time, and there's some damage.
I'm looking for some damage. I don't see any obvious damage on the front of Kyle Busch's car.
It's a little optical illusion with the paint job right there on the one front part of the nose. All right, let's look from the 18 car.
556.
Yeah, it looked like Reutimann got out of the throttle just a little bit, kind of feathering it.
Caution will be out.
Now watch how close this gets. There's Carl Edwards passed safely. As he's sliding down the racetrack here, you have to really slow down and see Jimmy Johnson all the way on the bottom side of the apron to get by. Reed Sorensen goes low. Scott Speed goes high. Ambrose goes low. So does Regan Smith. And there you can see the damage on the right rear corner.
It's a lot, too. You can see that kink in the quarter panel. That means that that entire rear section of the body is definitely damaged.
Tough break for David Reutimann. It started 16th in this race. Yeah, and you had to think that they were going to be really good here today after they won at Chicago, a track that a lot of drivers consider being similar to this, so their hopes were pretty high, but going to be tough today. Under our third caution here at Kansas Speedway, the 00 of David Reutimann, contact with the 18 of Kyle Busch. If you remember earlier in the race, Kyle tapped the back of Reutimann, and we're sort of wondering, is this payback? Take a look.
It sure looks like
turn 2 right here.
Yeah, Reutimann got the worst of it, but Kyle did get some damage on that left rear.
Yeah, I think he probably has a little bit of damage on the right rear also, where he might have got that into the wall. Now let's go back to lap 52, because this is the contact. Watch the bumper right there. And that turned Reutimann.
Yeah, that's very unintentional there, Kyle. But yeah, as a driver, you don't know that and don't look at it like that. You don't just wonder why he's running into the back of you.
On board with Kyle.
Still there. He wrecked himself. Keep coming. There will be a caution. Not yet, though. Keep coming.
Now the question is, how much damage on Kyle? Let's listen in.
It's killed. The car is destroyed. My steering wheel knocked a quarter of the turn off. He bent the rear end housing. He bent the truck arm. He bent everything.
Yeah, that's not good. When he knows by that position of that steering wheel, how that rear end is towed, and he feels like he's got something bent because of that position. You can see damage is on that right rear and the left rear. That was a pretty hard leg.
One more look. This from the rear.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did hit that wall on the outside, too.
And Kyle would be the point leader if he would have just maintained that position, but that's why we keep running the laps. Now for Casey Kane. All right, we were talking about Kyle Busch when this fourth caution came out. You heard Kevin Harvick's comments. How about listening in on the 18 of Kyle Busch?
I have a serious problem with what just happened. And I don't think anybody in the tower is going to do a damn thing about it. And if they don't, then we'll have a meeting afterwards.
We'll just focus on our stuff here. We'll get the best we can. Crew chief told them he better start wrecking people or he'd quit. So there's a big problem. But all we can do is control what we can control at this point.
Well, that's the conversation in Kyle Busch's pits, and now Kyle back on pit road. Here's what they're going to try to do. Now, Dave Rogers gave Kyle the option. We can go to the garage area and replace the rear end housing. We'll lose maybe 30 to 40 laps. Or you can come on to pit road. We'll put jack stands under, which is what they're doing right now. We're going to lengthen the trailing arm, lengthen the track bar in the back of the car and try to get it as close as we can. Now, it's still not going to be good. He said if you limp around here, we come on and off pit road 3 or 4 times, we may lose 5 laps. That would minimize our points loss here in the chase. So right now they're going to try to fix it as best they can by lengthening the trailing arm, putting back on the racetrack, guys, and hope he can limp around and maybe stay as close as he can to the top 20.
They raced me, and I've always gotten raced really, really hard against David Reutimann, and I've gotten no room, no slack, no nothing. I got into him, which was my fault, not meaning to, but why would I apologize to a guy that races me like an every week? You know, no point.
Stenhouse in second. Remember when Stenhouse passed Kyle Layton raced just a few races ago?
One more.
That's Joey Logano right behind Stenhouse. Well, he let him do that.
33 got off the track. This race is going to go to conclusion now. Does Kyle Busch break the streak and get his first win in his own car? He's shaking the car left and right, trying to make sure he has fuel. Stenhouse sitting in second place.
Running out.
He's running low, and it's not going to happen. He's running out of fuel. Ricky Stenhouse is going to win. Unbelievable.
Way to never give up, guys. Way to never give up. Awesome job. Awesome job.
Did he run into you?
I can't believe this.
Yeah, it got crazy right there at the
What a
end.
driving job. What great strategy today. Unbelievable. This is why we're champions. This is why it's never over till it's over.
2 laps down. Go ahead and scream. You earned it. Austin Dillon finishes second. It is the 6th last lap pass of 2012. Unreal.
Trouble off the corner. Kyle Busch spins.
Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Think you got a tire down. Go right to your box. Leaders into 2.
Kyle Busch from racing side by side with Almirola for the lead after the restart to spinning through the tri-oval grass and bringing out the caution.
May have got away with it. Don't see any damage.
Turn your radiator fan off. Shake it. See if you can get the grass off your grill.
Yeah, that started back in the corner as he tried to exit. Was in the gas hard, but you can see the car wiggle, and it was just a matter of trying to keep it off the wall, and Kyle did a great job of that. Wow. Mentioned this yesterday a little bit with these hard tires, and this is what has to be done with, I keep talking about a hard tire. It's not that they're too hard, but this is what has to be done on a new surface, or you're going to get into a blistering situation. But with them being hard, and especially now that the temperature has cooled off a little bit, when this thing slips just a little bit, the driver really can't catch up fast enough. You see that little bit of a wiggle, and then the next thing is the car is turning around.
Oh, trouble. Into the walls, the 18, and more trouble. Sam Hornish corrected. Newman's torn up. And the yellow flag's out again.
Fired up. Get a roll in if you can.
Points leader Keselowski just barely missed this, too. That happened right in front of Brad.
This was a race for 7th place that something funny was going on about halfway down the back straightaway with it. And continued right on around through 3 and 4. Ends up with a few torn up race cars.
And Newman gets in the back of Kyle Busch. He was already loose. Kyle was pretty much all day. But you can see just how close that was for Keselowski.
Well, he drove right in between everything that was happening.
Half back corner. Right in front of your Phillip.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I agree with you. That was unbelievable. Sometimes you just got to have some luck.
Anytime you're going to try to win a championship and go on and win a championship, you have to have some good fortune. And Brad's done some terrific driving, but he's also had some good fortune. You can see that the 22 actually got into him and got him a little bit loose before he got to the 39.
Alan, Kyle climbed from the car under his own power. Kyle, describe the racing in general, and then what happened between you and Newman.
Everything's just on edge. I mean, you're really slipping and sliding and fighting for as much grip as you can find out there. And so, I come down the back straightaway, I come low a little bit to protect the bottom just to try to make sure I could keep my line down there. I've been losing spots on the top all day, but then Newman just ran up on the back of me and got me loose, which I've been loose all day, and then he ran into the back of me and spun me out. So just impatience. I mean, there's still 80-something laps to go. I don't know what that was for or why or whatever, but I'm glad he's wrecked along with me, and he'll get another one here before the year's out.
Sorry, you're out. Kyle Busch done for the day.
James Busch.
Whoa, sideways,
got
Kyle
into victory
Busch.
lane. Kyle Busch slides into the grass. Can he save it?
He was on the inside of Ty Dillon trying to make that pass.
Comes onto the racetrack. Everyone checks up. And it looks as though it will be a one-truck incident, but a big one.
We talk about it all the time, how that inside truck is robbed of air, robbed of rear downforce. That's what happened to Kyle. They exited turn number 4 right together with Ty Dillon. Lost that air on that rear spoiler, and around he went.
It robs all downforce. It robs your front, which means he got up toward Ty Dillon, tried to pull it away from him, and then it robbed the rear. Look at Ty, makes a run back on the outside. I don't know if Kyle really expected that. And as they exit the corner, he had to move away from him right there.
There's where he lost the front downforce, moved up towards him, and then had to yank the steering wheel to get it off of Ty, and around he went.
Doesn't look like a lot of damage to the 51. I mean, through the grass.
Damage. I don't think any. Look at that splitter digging up the grass, but it never digs into the dirt. It just mowed the grass for him.
It didn't take any of that splitter off.
We've seen people spin and win before, too, Rick.
We've seen him spin and win before.
Hahaha I comes to mind. Spun and won in Dover. How do you do that?
Been off of 4. He's in the grass. Caution's out. Caution's out. Track is clear. He's coming back up here.
So you talked earlier, Phil, this is such a momentum track because you're, watch out.
Karoga sideways into Kyle Busch. It looks as though contact with the wall, the 2 spin.
Lock her down. Lock her down.
It happens yet again. We saw Karoga racing Ron Hornaday for 15 or 20 laps, trying to get that spot, trying to get by him side by side.
Go to the garage.
Yeah, he raced Ron side by side for 15 laps, never made a mistake. That was the first time he got near Kyle and just ran into him. That was kind of hard to figure out, Phil.
Yeah, Kyle unfortunately is not going to be able to recover from that spin to have a shot at winning this race. We heard him say go straight to the garage.
You can see Kyle gets loose right there, loses momentum. That opens the bottom for a couple trucks to come by. You can see Ryan Blaney diving under him, and then Karoga dives under him, and off turn 2, looked like Karoga just got loose under Kyle, and when he tried to correct it, into the side of the 51 truck.
Yeah, a lot of damage to both of those Toyota trucks.
That's interesting because it was really tough for Armand to run underneath Hornaday like he did. He was able to pass that test, understand how to run under him and not make a mistake. That time, as soon as he drove up on Kyle, he lost it.
And so 2 trucks into the wall, Kyle Busch, who had been up front. We're going to ride along with Kyle. Starting back in turn 3 where he has a little bit of a bobble.
You heard him come out of the gas and correct it. Now he's got it going again. Going to be some traffic come to the left. Let's listen down here in turn 1 and 2 and see what we can hear.
It was just a slight tap. That's all it took. We didn't even hear the contact, and Kyle pretty much ran that corner wide open. May have come out of the throttle just a little bit, but he had lost that momentum that allowed Ryan Blaney to go by and that allowed Armand to get up beside him.
Kyle Busch out of the truck, back in the garage. That team's going to go to work on it. You can tell Kyle Busch not happy.
Canals on the pit box, he said that we've got a wheel out of balance and a vibration.
Kyle Busch spins down the back straightaway, down to the apron, and caution is out quickly here at lap 4.
No big deal. He's used to this. Kansas has been his Achilles heel. He had trouble yesterday. He had trouble in practice. He's had all kind of trouble at this racetrack.
Yeah, 11 starts. His best finish is 7th, not even a top 5 finish.
He was leading the race here last year and spun out.
And had a rough day in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race
Spun
yesterday.
out twice yesterday.
And an early exit. He's coming up off turn 2. He's the 3rd car in line here.
It's right where he hit the wall in practice, really, Mike, except he didn't hit the wall this time.
That car just got away from him.
Spun out.
On Friday, same place, different outcome. Coming up out of turn number 2. This was in practice early.
That doesn't look like a hard lick. It does when you look at it from that angle. It really destroyed the right side of that race car.
And they went to a backup car.
But did not have to go to the rear of the field because it was before qualifying.
Spin, smash, crash.
Huge.
Kyle Busch's bad day continues. And he got Joey Logano as he was sliding down off the wall in turn number 4. Nothing Kyle could do. Joey doing everything he could to avoid him, but could not. Kyle Busch said the car was again snappy loose when it came around at turn 4.
You don't see this every day. Backing down pit road.
Well, I think he can see out the back window better than he can the windshield right now, probably.
I think he's just looking for the garage, to tell you the truth.
See what happened to Kyle Busch and how Joey Logano got involved. Riding with Danica Patrick, it's up ahead.
You'll see Kyle, the car just snaps out from under him again like it did earlier.
So next time you stay to the bottom, stay to the bottom. All clear, all clear.
Down the hill, and when it does, Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey coming along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
And Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill. And look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact. Oh, my God.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Two drivers coming off great runs at Texas last Saturday night. Kyle won, Joey finished 5th.
What I like about that spot from our Fox high-speed camera is that all the deformation of both cars is in front of the windshield, in the crumple zone. The driver compartments stay intact. A hard crash, and caution is out for the 5th time. Joey Logano 26th, and as Larry noted, Joey was all the way down on the apron trying to stay away from the sliding number 18. Nowhere else to go.
Yeah, well, when the car's up against the wall like that, I mean, you know, it had a good bit of speed, Kyle's car did, and so instead of being able to keep it up against the wall, the car just shot down the hill.
Here's what Kyle had to say.
Yeah, right, Kyle? Oh, yeah. Kansas, right?
This track has been his Waterloo. He came in here with 5 straight top 5s. He will not get a 6th and extend his personal best. As we mentioned earlier, Kansas is the only Sprint Cup track where Kyle Busch does not have a top 5 finish. Something certainly was not right for Kyle Busch today. He's already in street clothes and walking away from a bad day in America's heartland. Bad weekend. Jeff Hammond.
Kyle, not really a good day for you. What happened out there?
Spun out twice, all on our own. Just don't know what to do with Kansas.
What do you think about the track otherwise? You just no grip on the track today?
Yeah, absolutely no grip for me anyways. But you know, you're running third, doing fine, car a little tight, and you spin out. I don't know what to do with that. And then you know, we're back in traffic all day. Traffic's way worse. Just trying to get back up to the front and making some gains, but the car just snaps out from you every corner.
Thanks a lot.
The irony of that is his teammate Matt Kenseth has been up there and led 106 of 107 laps, but he's not had to deal with traffic except when he was lapping other drivers.
Right off the bat.
How about this?
Yeah, right off the bat.
Right off of pit road.
I think this is a product of cold weather, no rubber on the racetrack, and just no grip.
And of that new tire. You talk about that new tire being harder on the inside. A harder tire on a cold racetrack, when you start looking at it, it doesn't build up the heat as fast as a softer compound. This is big right here.
Third in points.
And he qualified 18th, and this has backup car written on it, so that means he'll have to start this 400-mile race tomorrow from the rear of the field.
I'm going to show you what happened. This is first lap, just had crossed the start-finish line, up to speed, and a hard right turn.
Yeah, and you know, we saw Jimmy Johnson when he got loose yesterday, and we talked about it. He got loose, the thing turned around, he corrected, and as he overcorrected, but that thing just was sideways when he got to the corner, Larry.
And I think this will be a wake-up call for the other drivers.
Yes.
This racetrack, absolutely, with these cooler temps, with no rubber on the racetrack, it has no grip right now.
And Kyle Busch, obviously, very aware of what the process is. Once you get out of your car, you have to make the mandatory trip to the infield care center. He's trying to get into that ambulance as quick as he can. You already see the team pulling the backup out of the hauler. This happens quick. We're about 2 minutes into this session, and they're already getting the backup out.
Trouble already. Cars in the wall. Danica Patrick, David Reutimann, and more down on the grass. And Kyle Busch. Doesn't look like any damage to the 18 car, but might have spun down onto the apron, avoiding trouble.
There's plenty of damage on Danica Patrick's car, though.
And she really had 2 good practice sessions yesterday in the top 16 of both of those as far as the speed goes, but was really solid throughout the practices. Very unfortunate.
to see what exactly happened and transpired to start all this.
It'd be hard for her to make it back to the pit area when the car is damaged as it is.
Cole Witt, some damage on the 30. Yeah. That is, that's a very badly damaged race car.
Yeah, a hard lick right there.
Yeah, it looked like Danica was basically in the middle of the racetrack. You see, going into turn 1. And just made a kind of an erratic move, and the car just jumped out from under.
Well, very similar to what happened to Kyle Busch on the first lap of practice yesterday morning, although he was able to just maybe hit the side more than the front. The car just got loose as she tried to turn down in the corner.
Still lined up outside. 3 wide middle. Still 3 middle. You all right?
Kyle Busch.
Stay low, ease up here, ease up, get down, keep coming.
I'm not sure if he got maybe tapped from behind or if it's just that. No, I don't think there's nobody behind him, so that didn't happen. It's just, this shows you how difficult it is with these cold tires. You try to turn the steering wheel at all, next thing you know, you're out of control.
Kyle and his brother Kurt having to start at the back of the line in backup cars after their crashes here. And yeah, that 18 just goes around.
You can see he's just starting to try to make his move to miss the accident, and the car gets away from him.
All the liquid trailing behind the 10. That was quite a shot.
It was. Yes. It was. That's a hard angle right there. She's okay, but definitely a hard lick.
So third in the championship, starting the race and starting in the back in his backup car. And for Kyle Busch, it's already been an adventurous first corner.
It just dumped sideways to the apron and just, and nose first, obviously, so I'm sure it's up.
Talking about that front splitter, and
yeah,
that's so crucial to get sealed off to the ground aerodynamically, maybe being bent up by the car sliding from the banking down onto the flat.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you want to see happen is the way that car did come off of that for that splitter. Yeah, you really want that thing to seal down on the racetrack.
Yeah,
I think he's okay, though. I'm just looking at that.
Yeah, see right there, you can see how it moved right there, just as he went down. If you're looking at the 18 car,
I think he's okay, though. I was just watching how the hood deflected and all of the fender bracing. I believe he'll be okay.
I have to take a look at that because that's a big part of this race car handling it all for Kyle Busch today. I don't know. I'm a little concerned that it might be up a little bit, just on that left front.
He's going to come down pit road for Dave Rogers and company to get an up-close look at it.
But you're right, Andy. Probably not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, I thought it was
of what we would think, maybe. Yes.
While Dave Rogers gets an eye on it, Dave Burns will also.
They obviously want to change the 4 tires, but because Dave Rogers shares your concern about the splitter, they want to get a good look at it while it's in this profile before the jackman sets it up in an angled position. So they take a good hard look at it. Also, an interesting thing, Kyle was having trouble communicating with them. He says, hey, what happens when I let off the radio after I'm done talking and it beeps? They said, it means your battery's dying, man. We're going to change that, too. So
left side hood flap tether, get that.
Dave Rogers making the calls for him. So they'll replace the radio that Kyle is talking on as well, presumably, during one of these stops, guys.
And, Dave, that radio is down by his left knee there. So you see Kyle literally holding his helmet down so he can look down against that head and neck restraint that he wears to be able to see what he's doing with the radio and the harness. Jimmy Johnson losing a few spots on a restart again. Oh, trouble. Kyle Busch and Juan Pablo Montoya.
Lock her down, 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 lock her down.
How did he get away with that?
I don't know.
It's like Mark Martin.
That Mark Martin that I thought was going to run square into him right there.
Yeah,
I think Mark got the worst end of the deal.
Yeah, see some damage also on the fixed 5 of Brian Vickers.
couple times. I mean, people going down onto the apron below that yellow line here is not an unusual thing. But today, 2 of them have been going down onto the apron, racing side by side. Watch this. And it just got too much.
Yeah, that's a chance you always take. Kyle was just trying to block Montoya there, who had a little bit of a run. You see Mark Martin there. And he did a great job not to hit the 18, but he got the worst end of it.
I think if you're going to pick somebody to block, Montoya would be about one of my last.
And, you know, that's a chance you take as a driver. You can block. There's no rules against it in NASCAR racing, but that's the chance that you take, that driver's not going to let out of the gas. Wow, A.J. Allmendinger doing a great job in that 47 car, too, not to get involved in that.
On 42, inside. Lock her down, 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 lock her down. Get her.
Getting intense. Championship contender Kyle Busch with a spin at Kansas. Trouble! Kyle Busch into the wall.
Hold up. You're right.
Brian Vickers also involved.
Just fine and dandy.
That thing's destroyed in front.
The third place driver in the championship starting the day, who started at the back in a backup car at a track that has been his worst statistically in his career. And it is indeed another bad day in Kansas for Kyle. Well, he was running in 20th place. These restarts have been full of action and close calls.
They're just flirting with danger on each one of these, and talked about how they just continue to ramp up. So if there's some contact here.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Edwards.
And Vickers was down on the inside. Thought he was in a pretty good spot through that. But it's not a situation that you can say because of the 99 getting in the 18 that was Carl Edwards' fault. He was holding his line there. That's just 3 wide racing and the chance that you take. That's a hard hit. Hard angle. It's again a testament to the safety of these vehicles and all the things that NASCAR has implemented over the years. Kyle trying to get what he can here.
Middle's covered. 3 wide top. 3 wide. Yellow's out. Yeah, right.
Really amazing how well the restraint systems work in these race cars.
Alan walked out under his own power. Kyle, describe your day, starting with the last incident. What happened out there?
I have no idea what happened on the last one. All I know is we're in Kansas, right?
This has been a trend, unfortunately, for you. This place has still got you.
Obviously. And apparently everybody else does too. Just run over the 18 car and get what you need.
What about your championship hopes now? We've talked about mulligans in the past. Whether you get one, can you still come back, you think?
We'll just have to work hard. We'll just have to keep doing what we've done and getting us to this point all year long. And that's been consistency. And every other track except Kansas seems to be able to bode well for us. So we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. It wasn't meant to be.
They fought hard, starting at the back of the pack. It ends in a disappointing way for Kyle.
I can't blame him for being upset because this place just doesn't seem to work out for him.
45 laps to go in Kansas. And a penalty for Kyle Busch. Driving into his pit stall, he drove through too many pit boxes, those X'd out boxes, prior to his stall. You can drive through 3, which in that case would be 21, 22, and 23. He drove through those other pit boxes. And that's a penalty, including the vacant stall.
Yeah, it's a vacant stall, so I'm sure he was a little confused by that, and that's where the penalty came from.
And here's their radio.
Driving through too many boxes on entry. I swear, anytime you think anything, you get handed to you. But yet, others do it, and it ain't for them. I counted the boxes, but we damn sure drove through 4 boxes coming in.
Okay. Busch has gained 4 spots. He's up to 6th.
And don't forget, Jones came in and got 4 tires, so he's already gotten up there in a hurry. Kyle Busch not far behind him.
Oh, Chase hangs on.
Man.
That was huge. Oh!
And Kyle Busch capitalizes.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
got
I think Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch through all that. Yep. I think he got his right rear tire.
Got a tire rub.
That fender coming in on his tire. He's going to have to get to pit road.
He's trying to get down. I don't know if he can or not.
Get ready here, guys. Tires, baby.
Well, now the tire rub seems to have ceased.
Sorry.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
And he's coming in.
All reds right here.
There's where it happened. As Eric Jones, did he pinch him down into Clint Boyd?
I think
was it the rights or was it the lefts?
Well, he saw Eric Jones was following the 9 of Chase Elliott, but he also knew in his mirror that Kyle Busch was going to try to make that move.
Well, Kyle Busch tied Morgan Shepherd with 11 top 10 finishes to start the season. And like Morgan Shepherd, this streak will come to an end at 11. Kyle is 3 laps down in 31st after he had to come in and repair that tire rub, get new tires.
Well, records are meant to be broken, but there's also a reason why they're records, because they're hard to break.
That's right.
Exactly right.
I think this will be a wake-up call for the other drivers. Yes. This racetrack, absolutely, with these cooler temps, with no rubber on the racetrack, it has no grip right now.
And Kyle